Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Madash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and GMS who were well. And honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. Alright, so I was sitting here listening to one of Elder Apostle Gabar's videos. I think it's called "What Type of Men Has He Chosen?" or something like that. It was done either yesterday or the day before. And I was listening to it, and I started thinking, like, you know, we have to be the men of the Lord, and I'm speaking of Israel as a whole, but in particular the men of GMS. I was saying we would have to be, because, you know, we're doing the same exact things that the apostles of old did, you know. And when listening to Elder Apostle Gabar, and he broke the word apostle down. The word apostle, you know, simply means to be sent away or to be sent out, right? And when you think about that, you say, okay, well, they were sent out. You know, what were they sent to do, right? What were they being sent out for, right? And the answer to that is they were being sent out or sent away to speak of the Lord Yahweh Shai. That's what they were being sent out for. They were being sent out to speak of this man that had come to save, or that had come to make amends for the children of Israel, to repair the relationship between the Heavenly Father and the children of Israel. And they were being sent out or sent away to teach that message, right? So I started thinking about, you know, your vocab Malones and your James Whites, and even the scoffers that had come out of us. Their whole ministry and their whole, like, you got this one guy down in Orlando, Florida. His channel name is ex-GMS member, or was it ex-GMS Orlando camp or something like that. Their whole purpose, their whole ministry is to talk about us. But the apostles of old didn't do that. The apostles of old didn't go out trying to. Now you had like a sect of Israel at the time, the Pharisees, right, the Sadducees, but you didn't have the apostles going out and speaking, trying to tear down the Pharisees and Sadducees. They were mentioned here and there, right? But their main concern was teaching about Yahweh Shai, right? Teaching the coming of Yahweh Shai and what his dying meant for us in our rebuilding the nation of Israel, man. That's what they were concerned with. Yeah, the Pharisees were there, the Sadducees were there, right? You had Stoics and Epicureans. You had all of these different sects that Israelites were involved in, but they weren't, you know, they came across them, they mentioned them for a minute, and then they got back to doing their work. And that's what the apostles did, man. That's what the apostles did. And if you're not doing that, if you're not concerned about teaching about the Lord Yahweh Shai, then you're not a man of the Lord, right? And what did Paul say? I think it's 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. He said, to paraphrase, he wasn't concerned about anything saving the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. He didn't come to you with eloquency of speech, you know, coming and entice you with enticing words. All he was worried about was teaching about the Lord Yahweh Shai. That was his main focus. That was his main goal, and that's what he wanted to do, man. And that's what an apostle is. That's what someone who is being sent out is supposed to do. Not go around. You got this guy vocab. He thinks he's a missionary. He thinks he's a missionary. He's going out across the country to all these camps to do what? To stop them from believing in what they believe in? That's not what a man of the Lord would do. To stop another man from believing what they believe in. A man of the Lord, he speaks in the affirmative. This is what I believe, and this is what I'm sticking to. Someone who's not a man of the Lord will try to cast down that. They don't speak in the affirmative. They tell you how wrong you are, but they'll never tell you what they believe or what they think. But they always want to tell you how wrong you are. There's always the person without the driver's license telling you how to drive, or the person on the passenger seat or in the back seat telling you how to drive. That's not an apostle. An apostle there's a purpose to be sent, right? Anybody can be a wrecking ball, but not everybody can be a builder. You wait for someone else to tell you what they believe in, and then you go, nope, that's not right. That's not right. That's vocab. That's not what an apostle would do. That's not what a man of the Lord would do. And then of course they'll say something like, well, I never said I was an apostle. But why wouldn't you want to be? Don't the scriptures say he set forth the apostles last? Why wouldn't you want to be an apostle? Being an apostle is being sent away to teach of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Right? Teaching of his coming. Teaching that he's going to destroy all these kingdoms that are contrary to his father's kingdom. And contrary to his father's expectations. You see? So that's what an apostle would do. And the more I'm going to finish watching the Elder Apostle Gabar's video when I'm done with this. The more I listen to it and other videos that we put out, the more I believe we have to be those men coming back, man. We have to be those men coming back to teach, because that's what we do. You know, we'll have camps and these sit-down shows that touch on other things from time to time. But most of the time we talking about the destruction of America, why it's going to be destroyed, who's going to destroy it, who the Lord's going to save from that destruction. That's what we're talking about most of the time. While you guys are concerned about destroying our reputation. While you guys are concerned with destroying our reputation, we out there pushing the word, man. What would you people do without apostles? What would those who are outside of the apostleship do if there were no apostles? When you base your whole doctrine, your whole life's work on just trying to destroy the reputations of the people that one you used to be around, or in Vocab Malone's case, is teaching the word with more fervor than any Christian has in the past, ever. And I mean like Christian as in today's Christianity, the Roman Catholicism offshoots. You see? So that's what an apostle would do, man. An apostle would be concerned about teaching about the Lord Yahweh Shai, because really, that's all this thing is about. Glorifying the Lord Yahweh Shai and ushering in the coming of his kingdom, man. Alright, so that's it. That's all I had. That was just what was on my mind. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rachad Kudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who were well. Honor and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, I say shalom.